of you always hear about the men being like, well, I mean, my husband told me that I was joining a Ponzi scheme and, was totally like, no, you're an idiot, but I'm not going to tell you what you can do. But if we start losing money, then you're quitting this Ponzi scheme. And I said, I think you mean pyramid scheme, but we'll go ahead with that, whatever you want to say. I'm not Bernie Madoff. So, but your boyfriend actually talked you into this, and he's kind of the reason why you joined, which I think I love that. Yeah, so he knows Erin. Well, there we have it. I would want to join her business too. So, well, yeah, I get it. So I would want to join their team as well. So my first question for you is, if you look back at those first few months in your business, because let's just give a little background, because you kind of like started and then took your foot off the gas and just kind of didn't feel like you knew your place or how you were going to like move forward with this. And so you kind of struggled a little bit. So if you're looking back at those first few months, what was it the disconnect? Where was the disconnect? And what were you doing or not doing at that time that you now know was the problem?
Well, I think my main thing was I was kind of scared to promote my business because I'm like, I used the wraps, and I actually was a customer way before I joined. So I had used the wraps, the defining gel and all that, but I was afraid of what my friends were going to think of me and what my family was going to think of me, and if I offered the product to them, would they think I was calling them fat and that they needed the product? So I kind of, I talked to my friends and a couple of my friends about it, my sisters, some of the closer people, and I got, a couple customers, and I got one distributor, and we kind of did our thing, but I didn't push myself. I didn't go, and I just kind of, I don't know, I didn't put my business out there.
And isn't that, every time you have like a setback in life, it's all from like fear, right? I listened to a call that I did like 2 years ago, recently, and I was talking about fear and how you can either let fear propel you or paralyze you, and it's your decision what you want to do with that. But it's all fear-based, right? We're afraid that people are going to talk about us, and we're afraid that people are going to unfriend us, and we're afraid that people are going to make fun of us. We're afraid we're not going to be successful, that we're going to put this out there and then fall on our face. So it all comes from fear. And we all feel that. There's not one person that's successful in this business that hasn't felt that fear. They just made a decision to let that fear propel them. It kind of makes me angry when people talk about me or make fun of me, and so I use that as fuel instead of like proving them right. So I'm glad you talked about that, because I think everybody has felt that same nervousness. So you started using your product in December, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right around December. And so how much has being a product of the product transformed your business, and why do you think that is just so crucial to your success and everybody's?
Okay, so I stopped my business. I stopped doing everything. I joined back in April last year, and then by July I was done. But I kept my auto shipment going, so I could collect my $20 commission checks. So I was spending more on my products than my commission checks were. But I had all this product accumulated in my closet, and so in December I decided that I was going to become a product of the products, and I was going to take my business, and if I flopped by the end of January, then I was done. I was shutting everything off, and I was out. And so I started, I was wrapping, I was started the Thermalfit Greens Fat Fighters, and I've lost 20 pounds, and my skin is, tightening up on my tummy. I have 2 kids, and I gained a lot of weight with them. So I posted my results on Facebook. I was telling everybody, you know, like, oh, I'm down this many pounds, I'm down this many pounds. And I think that that really took my business to another level, because you can post before and after pictures and people are like, oh, that's nice. But whenever you post your own before and after pictures, people are like, I know her, and I know that, like, she wouldn't lie to me. Like, if she can get those results, then I can get those results. And so I think, and it made me more knowledgeable about the products that I was using. I could tell people more about them. And so it just took my business to another level.
I love that, because I think that's so important, to be able to give a personal testimony, because nobody's going to trust somebody else's picture as much as they trust your own. I know when I post my before and after pictures, especially recently after having Lane, my business blew up again, because I had amazing results wrapping after I gave birth to an almost 9-pound baby. So talk to me. You told me a little bit that you relaunched your business and that your team started doing these 30-day relaunches, which I thought was genius. So tell me what you did kind of to reset and why that was so successful for your business.
So like I said, in December, the end of December, I was like, okay, January, I'm going all in. Well, at that exact time, Erin Clark and Ashley Renaud posted on our page, and they were like, hey, we're gonna do a 30-day relaunch, or launch. Would you guys be interested? And we were all like, oh my gosh, yes. And I was like, this is perfect timing. Like, they're doing this right when I need them to. And so they just kind of helped us out, and they were like, okay, try posting this and post, you know, this exact picture with this exact wording and see what you get. And so I was doing that. Everything that they told us to do, I was doing that. The shared post, Erin is all about the shared post, and that blew up my business. I had so many people wanting to share posts for me, and so I would put them out there, and every person that liked or commented on the photo, I would friend request them. They might not have bought product right then and there, but I'm still friends with them on Facebook. They see me post 2 to 3 times a day. They're seeing about all the products we have to offer, not just the hair, skin, and nails that they were initially interested in. So now, like, you know, 3-4 months later, I'm still getting people coming back that were from shared posts, and they're like, oh, hey, I want to order now, but I want this, this, and this. And I'm like, sweet, that's even better than the hair, skin, and nails you were gonna get in the beginning. So that really, really changed my business altogether. I mean, I relaunched back in January, and I've added 30 customers to my team. And like, that was huge for me, because I didn't get my free product. Whenever I started off, I was really slow, and like, not very many people wanted to, you know, join or whatever, or do the commitment. And I missed out on my $120 in free product. I got 3 customers in my first 30 days. I missed it by 1 customer. So the fact that now I have signed all these new customers, it was crazy. I mean, it was all because of Erin and Ashley, just helping us to grow our business, and it's changed so much of my perspective of my business. And now, like, I know what to post, I know what gets hits. And I even went to one of Ashley Renaud's team meetings in Columbia, and Amy Spence said, try posting selfies or yourself using the products, because that draws people in too. You can post the little ads all day long and people just scroll past them. But if it's a picture of you with the Fat Fighters, or, you know, me and my kids and my bottle of Confianza, you know, like, people stop to read that, and they stop and look at it, and it actually draws more people in.
I agree. This is a relationship business, and it's all about creating relationships and strengthening those relationships. And people all the time tell me, well, I don't know very many people. Well, there's, you know, 1 billion people in social media. And so if you have techniques that you're able to expand your network, I've done the exact same thing. You guys have so many randos on my Facebook page from doing, that same type of thing. People that like my business page or people that do shared posts, I friend them. I have a way that, I mask pictures of my kids, or, there's a way to do that. I put them in certain lists so they can only see certain posts that I post, but I blast them with It Works stuff all day long. And I have that new network of people then that see my daily posts, and it has blown my business up. I mean, I signed 10 distributors last month. That was my biggest month ever. 3 years into this business, it was double the amount. My max that I had ever signed in 1 month was 5 distributors. And 3 years into this business, I was able to sign 10. And it's all because I expanded that network outside of people that had been seeing posts. So there are ways to do it if you're motivated to do that. So I love that you talked about that. Okay, last question. Same question I asked Amy. If you could talk to yourself on the day that you joined and tell yourself anything, knowing what you know now, what would that be?
I'm right there with Amy. Don't quit. Don't give up. You joined this business for some reason. You have a why. Just keep going. Stay consistent with your posting. You're talking about your business. Live your business. Wear your It Works shirts when you go to school functions. And don't be afraid to talk about your business to people.
Open mouth, open business. Thank you so much for doing this.